Change it to schools.
Okay, gentlemen, you should stop your noise now.
And double tap it.
Mute yourself. Mute yourself, please. Mute yourself. If you need to say something, raise your hand. It will display at my end that you want to contribute, right? Because the recording has started. Okay. So this is the Excel file I just created. What I just told you is that instead of this code you are seeing here, you will see sheet one. Right click on sheet one and click on rename and type the name scores. When we import this table into Access, it's going to use this name here as our table name. Having said that, we want to save this. Okay, you already know how to save and you have saved it already. So click on save and then put it in a comfortable place where you can easily locate it later. So let's minimize this since we are done with it. So we want to see how to import the external data. So that file is an external data. So if you already have a large volume of data in Excel, you don't need to manually enter them into Access. What you can simply do is to just go straight to where you have imports in Access and get it imported into Access database. It's as simple as ABC. So let's create a new database. So once you go into Access, you click on blank desktop database here, blank database. This window is for you to type the name of your database. Whenever you are giving the name of your database, make sure you describe the name in such a way that it actually describes your database. So the name should be in such a way that it describes your database. Another thing is that if you're not seeing the .accdb that I'm seeing here, it's not a problem. Just type your file name. I set my system to show me extension of my files. That is why you are seeing it this way, right? If your system is not configured to show extension, no problem, no hard feelings, okay? So all you need to do now is to come here and give it a name, okay? For what we are creating, let's say we want to create a student database, all right? Let's type student database, ST database, okay? All right, let me just, it's okay. Let's see database. All right, that's my database. Okay, so don't click create yet. I want to add some other information here. I will need your name to be added to this database. So type your name somewhere here. You can just give me your surname and that is sufficient. And then give me, again, you can give me probably your class.
Okay. How do we rename it?
Probably your class. Click to that field now.
That one has passed through.
So
I don't know why.
Sir, if the ACCDB isn't there, should we type it?
no, I said there's no problem. Leave it. You don't have to type it. So type your class against it, and then you can click create. All right, you can click create now. Make sure you follow this naming convention because I want everybody's work to carry his name. So this student database, my name, then class, then click on create. Okay, so we have a table already created by default for us by the database engine. Excuse me. Okay. So we have a table by default here. Close this table by right-clicking on it and click on close. So that table is gone. The next thing we need to do is to import the external file. Okay, to import external file, click on external data at the top here. Click on external data. After that, where you have the import and link group, look for Excel. Here we have Excel. Click on it. Okay, so you have this dialog box that is going to take us through the import process. So the next process is to look for the file. Click on browse. Now,
Okay, can you start again?
click on browse. I will start again. Please pay attention. Click on external data. Click on Excel here. Click on browse.
Sir, my
And
Excel isn't highlighted. I can't click it.
what version are you using?
2019.
Then it should be there. It should be highlighted.
Sir, is also not highlighting for me.
Check what the problem is. So I wouldn't know.
What file are you going to click on?
I wouldn't know. Whatever the problem is, I wouldn't know what it is. So please check. Okay, let's move on. So look for the file where it was stored. Mine is stored somewhere here. I'm going to bring it out and use it. Okay, I put it in a folder called practical tasks. So I select the file and click open. The next thing will be to click OK. So it's going to give you another screen where you're going to select some things to properly import your work. Okay, so show worksheets. That one is selected by default. You can see that already we have scores and sheet 2 showing here. These are the tabs you have in the sheet tabs that we have in our Excel. Look at it here, scores and sheet 2. That is what it's seeing now at the point of import. It's seeing those sheet tabs. Okay, so the one we renamed earlier, scores, is there already. So the next thing will be to click next. You can see this is selected. First row contains column heading, and that is true. First row actually contains a column heading, so you should leave this checked. Then click next. The next task is to define the file types you are importing, the data types. The first one here is already selected, name. And look at the data type here, it's saying short text, which is okay. There are other data types there that you can change to long text. It's there, but we leave it as short text because it's okay. Class, click on class here in the table. And then come here also and select, it's also a short text, so it's by default, it's okay, right? It's okay by default, all right? Okay, we've selected this and we've selected the type. Click on CA1 and also select the type. Okay, it's already selected as double. I can just select integer. Okay, select integer in your own case. CA2, let's go to the data type. I also select integer because they have numbers. We can as well use the double integer, which means they are bigger numbers. Now let's move on. Click next. Now the next thing is to choose the primary key. By default, you can see that Access has added a primary key for us. This is the primary key that is added, 1, 2, 3. Because we don't have this in our Excel file. If you look at the Excel file, we don't have it there. Okay, we don't have anything called ID or primary key. But because it cannot find the primary key, that's why it's suggesting that for us. So since we did not use any particular field as our unique identifier, we can just leave this suggestion. Okay, if we need to change it, you simply come here, click this, and change it to the one you want to change to. But there's no any other field that can be used for that purpose. So we select let access add primary key for me, and that is why you have this. Okay, so the next thing is to click next. This is the table name. You can at this point decide to change it, but let's leave it as this, and then click on finish. All right, then click close. You can see already here we have at the left hand here, we have the object table named scores. Double click that to make it available in the work area. Okay, so I believe this is very, very clear to you all. To do a screenshot, you look for a particular application on your desktop called Snipping Tool, believing that all of you are using Windows. Okay. But if you're not using Windows, there should be something on your PC that can do that. You can use print screen button on your keyboard. That also can do it. Okay. Now, I have it here, Snipping Tool, or this, because I use Windows 10, this tool will be available in Windows 10. Windows 7, you will have this one on top. Okay, so let's just use this one on top. Now you click New. Once you click New, it's ready for capture. All right. You now specify the range of capture. Make sure you specify your entire screen. Look at where I'm going now. I go to the top left corner. You can see this cross. Move it to your left top corner, or top left corner, and drag it all the way to the bottom right. Okay, to capture the entire screen. You can see I have spread it to my entire screen. Everything is captured, even with the time. Release that button, and you have a screenshot. This is the screenshot here. Then click on File and save it. Save. What is the name of our database that we created earlier? Let me put it on desktop so that it will be easier to locate for me. So the database was student data. Okay, ST database. That was the name. And we also decided to put the class, and this is through C. Okay, and then you can decide to put today's date as well. All right, but let's just leave it like that. Student data. Okay, I also said you should attach your name to it. Okay, put your name. So save it that way. But if you are going to have more than one screenshot, it would be good to just say maybe screen 1 or page 1, or just add the figure 1 like that, and then click save. So having done that, go to your Edu page, and you'll go to your Edu page and attach it. Okay, I'm going to create a card right away where you're going to do that. So having said that, this class is still active. Okay, so I'm still going to leave you to do all the necessary things you need to do. Why I create the platform you're going to send it. I'm going to create it. You're going to see it when I'm creating it. Okay, so but you can begin to work on your database while I do that. Okay, I'm going to pause this recording.